there! Welcome back to my channel, and I am back. A few years after I first started this YouTube channel, I finally returned. And well, the past videos, I actually erased them because actually it was a very fun experience, but I felt that when I looked at the content that I created, I no longer felt that I was identifying with, and actually I also felt a little bit embarrassed because I felt that I was still quite, tense in those videos. Well, actually, I'm also still a little bit tense and nervous when I make videos now, but I feel that now it's a different phase and I learned a lot. And my life I've been through lots of experiences in the past few years. So, for those who don't know me, my name is Monica, and my life changed a lot since 5 years ago. So, before 5 years ago, I had my life all as I thought that I had it all figured out. So, I was married, I have a kid, and I have a very stable IT job. So, I felt that okay, my life is all figured out, it's all stable. But life has a very interesting way of showing us that hey, don't take it for granted because there can be a lot of changes. And so I had what the tarot readers call it a tower moment. So that all the foundations that I knew basically crumbled. So I actually went through a divorce, and it was like during the COVID time. So actually when the decision to for divorce was made between me and my ex-husband, it was 2 weeks before the confinement happened that I moved out of our old home. And I felt my life was beginning, okay, now I'm going to do all the things that I want. I'm going to learn painting, I'm going to meet people. But then 2 weeks later, everything closed, of course. And I went through a lot since then because, well, it was the divorce, which was a big change. I had to learn how to build everything myself. Well, with our kid, we were co-parenting, but I went through this journey. I dove deeply into personal development, spirituality. So I met people who actually helped me on this journey. And I learned a lot. I went really deep. And it is like really life-changing. And I don't know how to put it all in this short video. And basically, after the separation, after a bit, I actually met my then boyfriend some years ago. We eventually broke up, but he was a life coach, and he actually was the one who brought me into this world. And before that, I didn't know what life coach was, and I didn't really know that there is such a big universe of the personal development. So he taught me a lot of spiritual concepts. He introduced me to Vipassana meditation, which is life-changing because it helped me understand my inner reality. And if there is one practice that I would suggest to people, it would be Vipassana because it helps us to observe our inner reality, what's happening inside through our body. And he also introduced me to the concept of the masculine and feminine. And at that time, around 5 years ago, these were not really popular concepts. So I think it was David Data, the author of what's the book? The book about the man's path or something like that. But he was one of the few authors that talked about the masculine and feminine, the polarity and all. And at that time, well, we didn't have much material, so I had to initially learn about that like a little bit blind grabbing, like, okay, oh, this and this and this, like experience. But then eventually that actually like was a bloom of those contents, for better or worse actually, because like some of the contents nowadays are more like to grab your attention, like they are a little bit shallow, so they don't go very deep. It's like, like people create these contents so they can earn money. But basically, like when you can find the proper teachers, and I was lucky that I found one of the few that actually started with these concepts early on YouTube. And then I learned from them and from their channels, from their courses. So it was really life changing. And now I finally feel ready. How do I put it? Because when I became a mom, and actually, like it was around 8 years ago when my child was born, I didn't know. Like I thought I was prepared, I was like 32 around that time. And I thought, okay, I have everything, my ducks on the row, so I should be mature enough and all. And I was not prepared for the challenge because it was really hard, like to be a mother and to have sleep deprivation, to be a wife, to be a professional woman, and to be a woman individually. It was really hard to reconcile everything. And I felt I was often in a survival mode, to be honest. I really love my child and I love being a mother, although there are moments that I feel like, oh my God, there's so much. But it was hard. It wasn't easy. And when I went back to work after maternity leave, I went back and I tried to, like, I was actually trying to work harder because I wanted to prove to others and to myself as well that I was capable of still doing my job. And at that moment, we were also, me and my ex-husband, we were going through a very difficult phase because his work was also having some issues. So I felt even more pressure to actually prove that I was still that professional woman that is capable. And it was really hard. I actually talked to some of my coworkers and they actually shared that when they went back to work after maternity leave, it was actually hard for them. And the pressure was so much that they eventually couldn't continue with breastfeed anymore because to do that, for a woman to do that, we need to be at ease. And if there's chronic stress, then we cannot, our breast milk will simply fade away. So it was not easy, but it was kind of, let's say, not exactly taboo, but still women would feel afraid to be vulnerable, to share those things. But long story short, because I am already sharing a lot, during that time when I went back to work, a little seed was planted inside of me, and I wanted to help other women, other parents in their difficulties, but I just didn't know how because I wasn't really familiar with the personal development world. I didn't know many things. So after the whole journey in my past years, I learned a lot. I experienced a lot in my personal life in terms of healing and with relationships as well. And it's crazy, all these experiences. And yeah, so it was a lot. And so I finally feel more ready to share what I learned actually to help other women. So I finally created the Blooming Feminine Academy. I created the channels on social media and I also created the platform with the digital courses. And I feel so excited and at the same time quite nervous actually, because I never did something like this, and I kind of feel like, okay, to expose myself so openly, and there's a little bit of fear of being seen. And you see, a few years ago when I did this YouTube channel, I did a lot of shots, like to make a video, and it was a nightmare because one thing is to just film it from beginning to the end and just trim the beginning and then just trim the end. And another is like choosing the parts and trimming and etc. So yeah, right now this video is a one take. So I'm quite proud of myself. And I've been before learning public speaking from a Toastmasters club some time ago. And it also helped me. So I am happy to come back to this channel. And actually I also have this new phone. Just a few days ago, my father actually got it for me as a Christmas present. And it's funny because my old phone a few days ago actually fell in water. And I was thinking, oh my god, now I don't have a phone. And I had to use my backup phone, which is a phone given from my work. So that phone didn't have the good video quality. So in my Blooming Feminine Academy channel, the first few videos are not as good quality. And it kind of feels like this gift from my father. It felt like the gift from God saying that, okay, Monica, if you're really going to like show yourself to the world and make content, make video, here's a better quality tool for you to use and make better quality videos. So anyways, I'm glad to come back, and I hope that you're happy to hear from me as well. And welcome back, and I hope that, yeah, just stay tuned for more information, because I'm excited to share more about my journey, what I'm doing, and also my journey now as a business owner that is still at the beginning, but it will expand. And yeah, let's share more about it.